Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest e-learning platform. Happy Republic Day to all. So it's coincident. Today we'll start the preamble of Indian Constitution. So preface of Constitution of India. So we'll start today's session. Before that, you can join our Unacademy platform to get daily live classes, unlimited access for recorded and live lectures. We have number of structured courses. For evaluation purpose, we have live tests and quizzes. So download an Academy Learning app today and start your preparation of UPSC CSE. It's me, Rishikesh Inamdar, having experienced more than 8 years to guide UPSC aspirants. You can join our Telegram group to get daily updates. We 100 plus top educators guiding you throughout the process of your preparation. You can join our comprehensive courses along with module wise courses, general studies courses, optional subjects. For that, if I'm talking about plus subscription, you can join our plus subscription with referral code RBI Live to get 10% discount. Those aspirants planning to appear for prelims in 2022 and 2023, they can opt for our iconic subscription where they will get extra benefit like personal coach, study planner, and personalized feedback. Once again, use the code RBI Live for iconic subscription to get 10% discount. Those candidates wants to start their preparation with optional subjects. So we have all optional subjects available on our platform. So you can join the optional courses using code RBI Live. You will get 10% discount. Again, we are conducting combat. So scheduled combat on 31st Jan and 7th Feb morning 11 a.m. So you can participate in this contest. You will get ranking and amazing prizes. You can join our UPSC batches already started from yesterday, right? So according to your convenience, like 6 months batch, 1 year, complete 2 years batches, and NCRT batches you can join. Those students want to upgrade their subscription, they can upgrade their iconic subscription as well, right? So you can join our courses using the code RBI Live. Now, yes, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, Amit, right. So, today we'll start preamble of the Indian Constitution. So, we'll start with the basic information. What is mean by preamble? If the person wants to know about Constitution, so as we know, each and everything, like if we are buying any product from the market, we are getting manual for that, right? If we are purchasing any new book in the market, we are getting preface or index of that particular book. So like that, our constitution is with our preamble. So first of all, we'll see origin of the word preamble. All right. So the origin of the word of preamble from Latin word preambulus. The word preambulus is the Latin word means to go before or introduction. So word preamble derived from this preambulus word. All right, means introduction. Now we'll see what is mean by preamble. First of all, thanks thanks to USA. we derived this concept of preamble from United States of America and their constitution. Now, we'll start with basic information about preamble. As we know, introduction or any preface discuss about their purpose, their uses, and their objectives. So like this, preamble means introductory statement of that law or constitution which explain and informed about purpose of that constitution, philosophy of that constitution or law, then uses, ideas and aspirations, principles and objectives, right? So preamble of any constitution have these features, means the act or the preface includes introductory statement, purpose, philosophy, uses, ideas and aspirations, principles and objective, right? So basically it contains the summary and essence of the constitution. All right. Now, one of the eminent jurist and constitution expert, N.A. Palkhiwala, described preamble as the identity card of the constitution, right? So if we'll see historical connection of our preamble, then we can say based on objective resolution drafted and moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and adopted by Constituent Assembly. As we have seen in the last lectures, enactment of constitution and working procedure of Constituent Assembly and all that. So the objective resolution was produced by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 13 December 1946, right, and adopted by Constituent Assembly on 22nd January 1947. Remember these two dates, guys, because in 1946 the objective resolution moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and same has been adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 22nd January 1947. Now, if we are talking about the duration of 1976, so our preamble amended by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, which added 3 words. These words are socialist, secular and integrity. All right. Now, along with this historical connection, we'll start to study preamble in detail. Now, first of all, we'll read text of the preamble. So here, guys, if we are preparing for the civil services, so we should know and we should know the text of our preamble. I mean to say by heart we read or remember this text. Means we, the people of India, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity and to promote among them all, fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. Right. So now it's, we can say, homework for all of you to remember and memorize preamble of our constitution. Right. Now we'll move ahead with the components of the preamble. The components of the preamble. So there are basically four components we will discuss. First of all, source of the constitution, means source of authority of the constitution. We, the people, is the source of our constitution, means our preamble states that the constitution derives its authority from the people of India. It means there is no any interfere from external authorities. External authorities, and not interference of any other country or external forces. So we the people is the source of our constitution. Now, next component, nature. Nature of Indian state. It declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republican polity. So these are the three words: sovereign, socialist, secular. It reflects or describes nature of Indian states. Now, after these two components, third component, it describes about goal and objectives, right? So objectives of the constitution, as we have read in the text, so that is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity as the objectives, means goals of our preamble. All right. So these are the objectives of the constitution as well. Now, fourth component, that is the date mentioned in the preamble. So date of adoption, 26th November 1949. All right. So dear friends, these are the four components what we have studied till the point, that is historic background and connection of our preamble. What is mean by preamble? Origin of the word preamble, then text of our preamble, and components of the preamble. If you have any doubts, you can ask. All right. Now, will, yes, yes, we'll discuss all those components in details as well. Now, we'll move to the next part, that is important words, as I have highlighted in that text. So, we'll study important words in the preamble. Now, start with the first word, sovereign. So, what is meant by sovereign? If in short, anybody will describe the word, that is sovereign means independent country and no external interference of any other forces or external forces. So sovereign means India is neither a dependency nor a dominion of any other nation, but an independent state. Right. Now we'll see the phases and during the Constituent Assembly and drafting of our constitution, how the status has been changed. Now, as we have studied Indian Independence Act 1947. So, the passage of the Indian Independence Act 1947, in that India was a dependency, means colony of the British Empire. Means from August 15, 1947 to January 1950, India's political. Now, here we are talking about the duration, that is 15th August 1947 to 26th January 1950. So, India's political status was that of a dominion in the British Commonwealth nation. All right. Remember, guys, this is the crux. Means during 15th August after independence till 26th January 1950, India's political status was a dominion in the British Commonwealth of nations. Right now, India ceased to be a British dominion on January 26, 1950 by declaring itself a sovereign republic. All right. Now, see, guys, before 15th August 1947, British Parliament or British era was there and they're ruling on our nation, right? So, between 15th August 1947 to 26th August 1950, political status was dominion of British Commonwealth of Nation. Now, after the adoption of our constitution and enforcement, that is 26th January 1950, right? So, after that, there is no authority above it, that is above our sovereign republic. So, and it is free to conduct its own affairs, both internal and external. So, after 26th January, so that's why we are celebrating 26th January as a Republic Day. All right, guys. Now, a sovereign state, India can either acquire a foreign territory or cede a part of its territory in favor of a foreign state. So these are the features of sovereign country or sovereign nation. Right. Now we'll move to the next important word, socialist. As all we know this common word, so we'll see the details, and our constitutional experts, they kept an idea of this word of socialist through 42nd amendment in 1976. Now, basically, what is mean by socialist? In two words, if I want to describe, so we can say socialist means welfare state, right? So the term socialist was added by the 42nd amendment in 1976. Means in the original constitution there was no word socialist. As I told you, three words added into the preamble on 42nd amendment in 1976. The constitution had a socialist content in the form of certain directive principles of the state policy. Earlier, I mean to say, before 1976, our constitution had a socialist content in the form of DPSPs. All right. But after 42nd amendment, the word socialist included or was added into our preamble. Right. Now, so if we'll discuss our democratic socialism, then what is mean by that? This is the question. So our India is a democratic socialism. We are following democratic socialism and not a communistic socialism. All right. So see the difference between these two, democratic socialism and communistic socialism. Communistic socialism is also known as state socialism, right? So, which involves the nationalization of all means of production and distribution and their abolition of private property. Means communistic socialism. right guys? Now we'll see what is mean by democratic socialism. Democratic socialism means basically democratic socialism holds faith in a mixed economy where both public and private sectors coexist side by side, right? Now, in one of the judgments, Supreme Court says democratic socialism aims to end poverty, poverty, ignorance, disease, and inequality of opportunity. So, we have democratic socialism and it aims to end poverty, ignorance, disease, and inequality of opportunity. Now, basically, if we'll conclude the information or the detail of this socialist word, so our Indian socialism is a blend of Marxism and Gandhism, leaning heavily towards the Gandhian socialism. So our overall socialism, that is idea of welfare state, is based on the philosophy of Gandhian socialism. All right. Now, next important word, secular. Remember, guys, in short, if we will describe the word secular, means state has no religion. It means positive secularism, freedom to practice any religion, freedom to practice, profess, propagate any religion in the nation, right? So the same, the term secular added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, right? Now, in 1974, before this amendment, we'll check or we'll study one of the comment from Supreme Court. That is, Supreme Court said in 1974, although the word secular state were not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution, there can be no doubt that Constitution makers wanted to establish such a state, and accordingly Article 25 to 28 guaranteeing the fundamental rights to freedom of religion, means this article have been included in the Constitution. Means before 42nd Amendment, we were following secular, or this idea of secularism, that is positive secularism in our nation, with or in connection with the Article 25 to 28, which describes guaranteeing guaranteeing the fundamental right to freedom of religion. All right. Now, so on the basis of the attitude of the state towards religion, there are three types. If we will study the three types of state, that is, one, first, atheistic state. We'll study what is mean by that. So atheistic state means the state is anti-religion and hence condemns all religions. So a nation where they are not promoting any religion, it means they are anti-religious, means atheistic state. Next type is theocratic state. What is mean by that? It means the state is pro-religion and declares one particular religion as the state religion. Like if we'll see the example, like our neighboring country, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and so on, and Burma as well. So These nations, countries are the type of theocratic state. And next type is secular state. The state is neutral in the matter of religion and hence does not uphold any particular religion as the state religion. It means they promoting all religions. Means citizens of these nations or countries have freedom to follow any religion. We can say example for this like India, USA. So these are the secular state. Now, our Indian constitution, in context of our Indian constitution, we have positive secularism. Means, what is mean by that? Positive secularism. So guys, positive secularism means we are promoting our citizens or we are providing freedom to follow any religion as per their choice, right? And we are providing same status and support to the state to promoting all religions, right? So this is the positive concept of secularism. So we have all religions in our country, right? Now we'll see next important term, democratic. So guys, remember, this is coincidence we can say. So today we are studying our preamble on historic day, right? So next term is democratic. What is mean by democratic? So word relates or derived from democracy. So there is one Greek words, two Greek words, demos and kratia. So these demos means people and kratia means rule. So democracy means people's rule in short. Okay. So next word, important word of our preamble is democratic. Means democracy means possession of supreme power by the people. Right. Now we'll see the two types of democracy. One is direct and second is indirect. Now we'll see what is mean by direct and indirect democracy. Yes, Rajiv. Yes, yes, I'll explain. Just wait for a while. I'll explain in detail what is mean by direct and indirect. Yes. So here, in direct democracy, the people exercise their supreme power in direct democracy. People exercise their supreme power directly. Means the same direct democracy is a part of Switzerland. All right. Now, there are four devices of direct democracy. Now, as we are discussing types of democracy, and now I'm explaining first type, that is direct democracy. So there are four devices of direct democracy, we can say. So one is referendum, second is initiative, third is recall, and fourth is plebiscite, right? So we'll see the details of these terms as well. What it mean by referendum? So in direct democracy, basically people exercise their supreme power directly. Now, what is mean by referendum? So referendum is a procedure whereby a proposed legislation is referred to the electorate for settlement by their direct votes. All right. So a proposed legislation is referred to the electorate for settlement by their direct votes. Now, initiative, next device, parameter of direct democracy is initiative. Means initiative, a method by means of which the people can propose a bill to the legislature for enactment. So direct involvement of people into the legislation, right? So initiative is a method where in which the people can propose a bill to the legislature for enactment. Now, next is recall. Recall is a method by means of which the voters can remove a representative. See the guys, term recall in direct democracy means the voters can remove a representative or an officer before the expiry of his term. Now, what we can say, if that particular officer or representative fails to discharge his duties properly, means inefficient person, representative or an officer can remove under this method of recall, the feature of direct democracy. And fourth feature, that is plebiscite, means a method of obtaining the opinion, right? Plebiscite means a method of obtaining the opinion, right? Now we'll see indirect democracy. So in indirect democracy, the representative, so as we have seen in direct democracy there are four features like referendum, initiative, recall and plebiscite. Now we'll study indirect democracy, where the representatives elected by the people exercise the supreme power and thus carry on the government and make the laws. So, in this indirect democracy, representative elected by the people, here representatives elected by the people exercise the supreme power and carry on the government and make the laws for the nation, right? And this type of democracy known as representative democracy. All right. Now, the Indian Constitution provides for representative parliamentary democracy under which the executive is responsible to the legislature for all its policies and actions, right? So, we can say legislature and executive, they are responsible for each other. All right. So they are interlinked as we have seen. The representative democracy means execute the coordination between executive and legislature, right? Now, universal adult franchise. So the feature of democratic, we can say universal adult franchise, periodic elections, rule of law, independence of judiciary, absence of discrimination on certain grounds are the manifestations of the democratic character of the Indian polity. So, universal adult franchise, periodic elections, rule of law, independence of judiciary, these are the features of our democratic state, right? Nation. Now, the term democratic is used in the preamble in broader sense, like embracing not only political democracy but also social and economic democracy. A nation is in favor of democratic country means political, social, economic democracy, right? So we'll study what is meant by social democracy. So friends, it means a way of life which recognize liberty, equality, and fraternity. All right. So in the same context, in one of the observation means the Supreme Court observed in 1997 that the Constitution envisions to establish democratic social order, rendering to every citizen social, economic, and political justice in a social and economic democracy of the Bharat Republic. So here, in feature of our democracy, we are promoting political, social, and economic democracy where every citizen will have opportunity and they will get opportunity on all fronts, right? Now, next important word mentioned in our preamble of the constitution is a republic. Now, tell me guys, what is mean by republic? Yes, anyone? What is mean by republic? Yes, yes guys. So now we'll see. Before that, a democratic polity can be classified into two categories. We'll see these two categories like monarchy and republic. Yes, we'll study the details of these two categories. So, in a monarchy, the head of the state in monarchy, the head of the state enjoys a hereditary positions. It means he comes into office through succession, right? Hereditary position. For example, Britain. And in a republic state, head of the state is always elected directly or indirectly, is elected directly or indirectly for a fixed period. All right. So just remember these two characteristics of these two categories. Now we'll study why republic. Okay. So in republic democracy or in republic nation, head of the state is always elected, right? Now, as per the structure in our nation, we'll see the relation of this republic word. So republic in our preamble indicates that India has an elected head called the president. All right. Now, the president of India is elected indirectly for a fixed period of 5 years. So, a republic also means two more things. One, vesting of political sovereignty in the people and not in a single individual like king. Okay, so this is the feature of republic state. And second feature of the republic state is the absence of any privileged class, and hence all the public offices being open to every citizen without any discrimination. If we are talking about monarchy, there is rules and regulations for the all positions in the offices. So all those posts and positions captured or filled by the hereditary system. But in republic, as all public offices open to every citizen without any discrimination. All right. Now, after the republic, we'll study next important term, that is justice. Yes, guys. Yes. On Unacademy platform, we are providing monthly mock test as well. Yes, you can join combat on 31st January and 7th February. Yes, please join. Yes, you can download the app. You will get all details. Yes, Aman, you will get all details. Right. So we'll continue with the important words, that is justice. So the term justice in the preamble embraces three distinct forms, means social justice, economic justice, and political justice. So the justice secured through various positions of fundamental rights and directive principles. All right. Now we'll see social justice. Social justice means, sorry, social justice means the equal treatment to all citizens. Social justice means equal treatment of all citizens without any social distinction based on caste, color, race, religion, sex, and so on. So there is no any type of description, right? Discrimination, correction. So there is no any type of discrimination, right? So social justice, we ensuring social justice to all our citizens. Now, justice means absence of privileges being extended to any particular section of the society, and improvement in the conditions of backward classes, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward castes, right? And women. So we know the reservation policy, right? So we are promoting equal opportunity to all. So there is no any discrimination. So our social justice promoting and encouraging the improvement in the conditions of backward classes and women. Right. Now we'll see economic justice. So basically economic justice denotes the non-discrimination between people on the basis of economic factor like their income, their capacity to pay tax, like that. So there is no any discrimination on the basis of economic factors. Now, a combination of social justice and economic justice denotes what is known as distributive justice. Remember the term. So, dear student, if we are talking about part of answer writing, so you can write distributive justice means a combination of social justice and economic justice. All right, social justice and economic justice. Now, yes, Purna, we are conducting sessions for the answer writing as well. You can check the details on app. Yes. Now, we'll see political justice. Political justice implies that all citizens should have equal political rights, equal access to all political offices, and equal voice in the government. Right? So, political justice implies that all citizens should have equal political rights, equal access to all political offices, and equal voice in the government. Means political justice. Right? So, if we are talking about this idea of social, economic, and political justice, has been taken from Russian Revolution. All right, guys. So, social, economic, and political justice. This idea has been taken from the Russian Revolution 1917. So, after the important term justice, we'll see the next term liberty. All right, guys. So, the term liberty means the absence of restraints on the activities of individuals and this at the same time providing opportunities for the development of individual personalities. So if anybody wants to define liberty, it means absence of restraints on the activities of individuals and providing opportunities for the development of individual personalities. Right. Now, anyone ask, so what it relates with her preamble, right? So, our preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship through their fundamental rights enforceable in court of law in case of violation, right? So our preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship through their fundamental rights enforceable in court of law in case of violation. Means through these five reads, that is habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorarius, prohibition, quo warranto. So through these writs, these fundamental rights enforceable in court of law. All right. So dear friends, all these are the interconnected things. If you will understand historical background, then enactment and enforcement of our constitution, events behind that, after that, if we'll study preamble, so all these things are interconnected and will complete this course of polity that is interlinked with all topics. So these are the easiest way to understand the connection between all the events. All right. So today we are studying important terms of preamble. Now, so as per the liberty, if we are studying further, liberty as elaborated in the preamble is very essential for the successful functioning of the Indian democratic system. Right? In brief, the liberty convinced by the preamble or fundamental rights is not absolute but qualified. Right? No. Now, we'll see the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity in our preamble. So, if I'm talking about liberty, equality, and fraternity, these features have been taken from the French Revolution. All right, guys. So, French Revolution, that is from 1789 to 1799. So, these terms have been taken from the French Revolution. Now, we'll see next important term, equality. In its name itself, it describes the meaning. Mean equal, means equal, right? So, equality means the absence of special privileges to any section of the society and the provision of adequate opportunities for all individuals without any discrimination. All right. The preamble secures to all citizens of India equality status and opportunity. Now, the provision embraces three dimensions of equality, that is civic, political, and economic. All right. Now, we'll see the following provisions of the chapter of fundamental rights. Ensuring civic equality. All right. Now, equality mentioned under following provisions. One is equality before the law described in Article 14. Next, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. The details mentioned in Article 15. Next provision for the equality is equality of opportunity in matters of public employment under the Article 16. Then abolition of untouchability, Article 17. Abolition of titles, Article 18. So these are the provisions, right, in our constitution to promote equality. Now, there are two provisions in the constitution that seeks achieve political equality. Now see, most important feature of the political equality. One is no person is to be declared ineligible for inclusion in electoral rolls on grounds of religion, race, caste, or sex mentioned in the Article 325. And second provision is elections to the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies to be on the basis of adult suffrage mentioned in the Article 326. So the DPSPs, that is Article 39, secures to the men and women equal right, to men and women equal right to an adequate means of livelihood and equal pay for equal work. All right. So these are the features of equality. Now we'll see last important word, that is fraternity. Fraternity means a sense of brotherhood. All right. So our constitution promotes this feeling of fraternity by the system of single citizenship. All right. So here is connection between single citizenship. Now, also the fundamental duties, Article 51A says that it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, regional, or sectional diversities. Friends, these are the features of fraternity. So, single citizenship and our fundamental duties promotes common brotherhood, right? So the preamble declares that fraternity has to assure two things: the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. So integrity has been added to our preamble by the 42nd constitutional amendment, right? Now if we'll discuss the dignity of individual, which signifies that the constitution not only ensures material betterment of the of maintain a democratic setup, but that is also recognizes that the personality of every individual is sacred. This highlighted through some of the provisions of the fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy, which ensure the dignity of individuals, right? So all these fundamental duties under the article 51 protect dignity of the men and women as well, right? Now we'll see significance of the preamble. After these features, that is fraternity, we'll see the significance of the preamble. So basically, our preamble embodies the basic philosophy of fundamental values, that is political, moral, and religious, on which our constitution is based. So there are few experts commented on our preamble, like the preamble to our constitution expresses what we had though or dreamed so long, horoscope of our sovereign democratic republic. One of the expert and member of Constituent Assembly said that the preamble is the most precious part of the constitution and it is the soul of the constitution. So these are the few points related with the significance of the constitution. One of the distinguished English political scientists, Sir Ernest Barker, also mentioned in his book about our constitution. So he wrote that I'm all the more moved to quote it because I'm proud that the people of India should begin their independent life by subscribing to the principles of a political tradition which we in the West call Western, but which is now something more than the Western. So this is important comment mentioned by the English political scientist, right? So he mentioned in his book Principles of Social and Political Theory. Now, next, we'll discuss the controversy in short about the preamble is a whether it is a part of the constitution or not. So, there are few cases we'll study in short and we'll discuss all these cases during the course as well. So, Berry Union case in 1916, where according to the judgment of Supreme Court, they said that preamble shows the general purpose behind the several provisions in the constitution and thus a key to the minds of the makers of the constitution, where the terms used in any article are ambiguous or capable of more than one meaning. Some assistance in interpretation may be taken from the objective enshrined in the preamble. Despite this, the recognition of the significance of the preamble, the Supreme Court specifically opined the preamble is not a part of the constitution in the case of Berulbari Union case 1960. After that, in Keshwanand Bharati case 1973, now Supreme Court overrided that judgment. That is, the Supreme Court rejected the earlier opinion and held that preamble is a part of the constitution. Means in 1960, they said that preamble is not part of the constitution. But in 1973, they observed, and in their judgment, they mentioned that preamble is a part of the constitution. And one more case, in that case also they mentioned preamble is the part of the constitution. Right? Now, one of the last discussion of today's lecture, whether the preamble can be amended. Now we can say yes, but there are few clauses like Article 368 of the Constitution. Now it was the first time in historical Keshwanand Bharati case 1973. So, as in the case of Keshwanand Bharati, Supreme Court said that the preamble is a part of the Constitution. Now, the court stated that the preamble is the part of Constitution and they override their previous decision. And they mentioned that the Berulbari Union, the case opinion by the Supreme Court was wrong in the case, the Berulbari Union case of 1960. Right? Now, in the other words, court basically condemned that. And observations by the Supreme Court, that is the edifice of our constitution, is based upon the basic elements mentioned in the preamble. Now, if any of these elements are removed, the structure will not survive and it will not be the same constitution, or it cannot maintain its identity. So, we cannot amend the basic structure of our preamble, right? Now, an amending power cannot be interpreted so as to confer power to the parliament to take away any of these fundamental and basic characteristics of the polity. So we cannot change the basic structure of or basic characteristics of our constitution. Now, the last point of the lecture is the preamble has been amended only once so far in 1976 by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, where 3 new words added. As earlier we have discussed these words with the features as well. So these words are socialist, secular, and integrity. Right? So this amendment was held to be valid. All right. So these words are not interfere with the or not take away any basic characteristic of our constitution. All right. So guys, in today's lecture, we have studied about the preamble of the constitution. So today we have seen characteristics of the preamble, historic connections, and amendment and important terms as well. Now we'll meet you tomorrow. Till the time, revise what we have studied and keep learning. Those students want to